Hello there, and welcome to the Wandering Wolf. I'm your host, Mark Rhodes, and with us this week, Mr. Craig Fullwood. He's back, everyone. He's back.
I am back, baby.
Thank God. It's so hard doing it on your own and just talking
Oh, I
and
know.
talking. And bless the lovely, lovely people that were looking after me. Stuart Kelsall, Shrewsbury Wolf, Amalu Burton, Vinyl Revival, all you guys.
Hang on,
With
mate.
no
Hang
wings.
on. Hang on.
What?
You're a TV
What?
presenter by trade. How is
Yeah,
this difficult?
yeah, no, it's actually really
It's
hard.
yeah, it's
It's
hard for
hard.
me.
Yeah, all right. Well, hopefully you won't have to do it again on your own. I won't have to do it again on my own. But
Hopefully,
it
hopefully.
is absolutely lovely to have you here, mate. And
Thank you, thank
if
you.
only we were here on better terms and nicer circumstances.
Well,
Um,
that does remind me. Actually, I'm just going to pull up this text ready for a bit
oh,
later
oh,
on.
come on, man! You can't do it. You can't. No, don't
Got
do
it.
it.
I've got it.
Go on,
I've
go
got
on, do
it.
it.
So.
Okay.
We chatted briefly yesterday, didn't we, about certain things, and I did remind you of this, and I did say at the time that you're going to live to regret this.
I was just
But
angry.
obviously, we'll get to the reasons why in a minute. But you were very, very, very upset after about. Well, I don't know if it had just finished or it was very near to finishing, and you text me, which my heart sinks a little bit when you text me if we're not doing so well.
Well, I said
And
now.
you put, Jimenez is a massive shithouse, and I hate him.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
And
Um,
I absolutely blew my mind at the time.
Can I?
But yeah,
Can I?
I did speak
Right.
to you yesterday, and thankfully you've calmed down a bit. So
I have calmed down a bit. I have. Can I just put this into perspective, please? Like, he shouldn't have got another yellow card for that challenge, but he's still a shithouse because he should have buried at least one chance in the first half. He's like a different player, mate. Like, I'm sorry, but he's not the Raul of old. He's doing overhead kicks that never work. He should have
that would have been a goal, though. Oh, that would have been a finish,
would
eh?
have been
Eh?
would have been a great goal. Would have been a great goal. But those working like 1 in 1,000, like. But it's probably a better ratio than what he would do with his 50 pence head that he's got at the moment.
Is it good to see his confidence trying that kind of thing?
Well, it's misplaced. It's misplaced confidence. Did you see the one where the keeper was about 10 foot off his line? He tried lobbing the keeper and he couldn't get his feet out of it. He was like, to be honest, let's go with the positives here. Because when we started, it was nip and tuck for the first half of the first half. Leeds looked dangerous in attack, but defensively they were awful, and we were cutting them to ribbons. We really were. Podence was getting through. Aitnari was bombing down the line. Johnny and Trincao, when Neves unfortunately had to go off. Trincao was an inspiration, I thought, when he came on.
Yeah.
Like, without question, his best game in a Wolves shirt.
It was exciting to see, actually. That was really
well,
positive.
It was. That's the player
Really
that I thought had signed.
Yeah, it's good to finally see, to see him put performance in like that. But I know what you're saying, and the game should have been dead and buried at 2-0, but it would have been dead and buried for sure if Raul was, on form, which clearly, he's not at the moment. And I'm seeing a lot of people saying the same sort of things as you, mate. And I think it's going to be a good debate to have over the next few weeks because there's people in both camps, and I'm not quite there yet. But I know you're pretty much firmly there that he's not the player that he once was. But I suppose it's just finding out how much time is he going to have from the majority of the fans.
Say with a heavy heart, mate. I love the guy. I think he's done so much for the club. He's our best number 9. That, in my opinion, he's better than Steve Bull because of the standard that he's played at. But you can't we can't keep giving him these free rides all the time. I think he needs a player with him. He needs somebody with him to play off. And this is a good one from Wicko Wicks. Let's get that one up, please, mate. The thing is with Jimenez for me is that he's lost his two main partners in Traore and Jota, who we've clearly not replaced. That's the issue. I agree with Jota.
Yeah, he's having to change his game a bit, I think, to sort of match the style, which isn't quite working. And whether that's, is that all down on him?
It isn't.
There's a couple of chances that he should have done better with, for sure. For sure, he should have lobbed the keeper with that one, and the overhead kick. Well, okay, but there was probably another. I think there's another one that he scuffed as well, and you just think, oh. But for me, he's I don't know. It was a stupid sending off. So would we be talking about it as much if he hadn't been sent off?
And it was Stuart Kelsall. Put the Stuart Kelsall one up.
Where's that, mate?
You can't stand on sentiment, and I absolutely agree with that. And I think he is a little bit. He is a little bit at the moment, mate. He is. If we had a better backup striker, he'd be playing. There's no doubt about it, because I don't think he's doing what he needs to do. And I agree, Shrewsbury Wolf. Yes, I do. Jimenez has single-handedly carried us up front since we came up.
Yeah,
but he's not the player he was. He could do that before the injury. He can't now, and that's just the way it is. Like, it's nobody's fault, but that's what's happened. He should have had 2 goals in the first half.
Yeah,
and that would have been out of sight. It did feel like the Watford game at the beginning of the game when we scored them 2 goals. I thought, my God, this Leeds side are going to capitulate, and we're going to absolutely, you know what, mate. My main issue with all this is the fact of what slipped away against this Leeds side, who are bad. We've dropped 5 points against them. We've dropped 5 points because we gave them a draw. And we should have won this game at Molineux.
Yeah, well, it was in the bag. We should have put them to the sword after that, and to let them back in the way we did. And then, obviously, the second half, the defending was so poor. You can't really blame that on the red card and the sending off either. I don't think. No. I think there was a lot of talk about that after the game, and to be honest, I was struggling to figure out how does that affect that woeful defending. I mean,
I agree. It's not his fault that we defended so badly. It's not Jimenez's fault. No, it's not. Yeah. Completely agree. Marie, what the hell is he do? Like, losing the flight of the ball? Like, are you 12? You're 12 years old. Like, what? I know he's not a really tall defender.
And it wasn't his sky. It was that Dendonka, and he should have just.
No, Saiz. Was it Saiz? No, it was Saiz. Who has got previous? He's done that before. Yeah, he's another for me, mate.
Yeah, he's been so good all season that you make a mistake, you get punished. That doesn't mean he's a bad player.
He did it against West Ham as well, and that lost us a point as well. Saiz is another one on borrowed time for me. Kilman,
he's had a great season, mate. He's had a great season.
Yeah, I know, but Bolly, Kilman, and Cody, I would play instead of Saiz. I that's my. Because before that, like, Bolly was at fault for the second goal. He was lazy. But
saying that, I just thought it was. I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying. But for Bolly to come back after so long out at the Watford game and play like that, it's absolutely awesome. And then, made a mistake, and I don't know what it was. Whether it was just fatigue or I don't know, just a lapse in concentration, or the whole team just seemed to have its confidence just sucked out. I don't know how to explain it really, but
I wouldn't give Saiz an extension. No, I wouldn't.
But yeah, I think we just got punished. Everything that went against us, refereeing decisions.
You can't.
Sending off changed. It did change the game slightly, but it wasn't the reason to concede the goals. But I don't know. I think it was just one of them. It was just everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, really.
Let's put the vinyl revival thing on, because this is an interesting one. I don't know whether go on. You do it, mate.
Okay. When we tried to crack the top 6, Kevin Friend red card. Cast your mind back to Burnley a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
Mike Dean, Doherty handball. Officials are biased. Fact. So clubs do break into the top 6.
It feels like
I've heard a lot of this week. This weekend, and we touched on this before, haven't we? And then yesterday again.
Oh, what, the Forest Liverpool game?
Yeah,
You watched that?
Definitely. I saw the highlights, but it's definitely got that feel to it, hasn't it?
It really does. I think VAR has come in to help the top clubs, and that might sound like sour grapes, but I feel as though in a friendly space. I really do believe that if look at the Man City handball, for example, the Matinho handball, and then the City it was like a blatant handball against Everton. It's just like I just don't. I don't think VAR is the problem. It's the people implementing it. Kevin Friend has got again. We'll talk about previous. He's got previous. He's a terrible, terrible referee. He got demoted for a game. I think it was a Liverpool game that he got completely the wrong thing. He gave like a offside or something when it wasn't, or he gave a foul, or he sent off somebody. Just like constant. It's like such a closed book. It's like the mafia. Like nobody, none of them are held accountable. None of them, and it's so bad, and it needs to change. It really does.
Yeah, it does.
No, Vinyl Revival, they didn't check the 50-50. Because apparently you can't overturn a yellow card. You can only overturn a red. Apparently that's the rules.
What was his? I saw a comment earlier. What was his first yellow for? Remember?
I can't even remember, mate.
No. I didn't know if that's when you said another one of your part of your rant was that it was petulant. It's petulance.
But
I didn't know if you meant the first one. Like, did he kick the ball away or something stupid, maybe like that?
Do you not
something
think though? I'm thinking in general. Do you not think since his injury, he's become a different player, a different type of player? He never was like that before.
Yeah,
He never
against Man City.
The Man City one where he kicked the ball away. No, he did actually. He stood in front. He got a yellow card for something, and he stood in front of the player that was taking a free kick. I was like, "What are you doing?"
I've noticed that. Yeah. You are right. Yeah.
But
it's strange.
It is. It's like
to get sent off for those two. It's just.
Yeah.
Is it unlucky though? Is he? Do you want your centre forward acting a little bit like that sometimes?
I want him to finish. I want him to finish his one-on-ones. That's what I want him to do. I don't care if he's petulant, if he's putting the ball in the back of the net, and he isn't. Unfortunately. And I thought when Silva came on, he played well. Yeah, he did, and he always does. And I think this is a good season for Silva this season because this is what last season should have been for him. Coming on last 10, 15 minutes, doing all that stuff, and learning. And I think Fabio Silva is going to be a good first team player next season. Personally, I would imagine quite a few people are going, "Are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh?"
We can definitely play more of a part next year than 10 minutes here and there, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So do you think he might go out on loan somewhere? Or?
No. I think he'll stay. I think especially if Jimenez is not doing what he's supposed to be. Like you're not going to get rid of Silva. You're more likely to get rid of Jimenez, aren't you? Really? Look, I don't know how they're feeling at the moment. I think we're going to have a proper. There's going to be quite a few comings and goings this summer. I think. Are you happy with how it's going at the moment?
Me personally,
are you content? There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just asking.
It's a tricky one, really, because if you look at the overall picture of us, I've said this before, but new manager comes in, not his players. We're in a very difficult spot after a pretty atrocious season, after 2 very good seasons with Nuno. It all seemed to come crashing down a little bit.
Man. Like you say, atrocious. I think like 13th, 14th in the Premier League. It's not the end of the world. But I get where you come from.
7th places it was.
I get it. I think it was I think it's the type of football we're playing really, as opposed to where we were in the league.
So if you take a broader view, a much broader view of the last 20 years, I think we're in dreamland still. I think it's incredible. We're in 8th place in the Premier League,
We've got 10-point gap.
10 points daylight to ninth. And still, we've actually got a chance to still probably fight for top 6.
I think Sanders
the last 9 games. It's unbelievable. But the most frustrating thing is,
it is good.
Frustrating at the same time. Absolutely right. Because if we'd have, okay, we had Arsenal and West Ham that we were probably hopeful of some points there. Maybe not 6, but some.
Oh God,
I was quite happy. To write those 2 off, but you should be beating then Palace perhaps after, which is where we lost.
We never beat Palace, mate.
And then the Leeds game, we should be winning that. So if we'd have got another 6 points on the board, we'd be right there, mate, and we'd be. It's just the most disappointing thing is where we could be, but we're still overachieving massively where we are.
And also, I know we still have a chance of getting 7th in European football. Because West Ham are on 48, we're on 46. We've got the same games as them. They've still got the Europa League, which I think is going to stretch them with their squad. I think we've got very similar fixtures. We have got to play Liverpool, City, and Chelsea, but we also have quite a good run in as well, if you can call it a good run. You got Villa, Newcastle, Brighton, and in between that we're going to win some and we're going to lose some, very much like we have been doing. But I think West Ham are going to be the same. I think it's still all to play for. My issue is that why can't we defend throughout past 90 minutes?
Yeah,
like Arsenal away last minute. You've got Liverpool at home last minute. You've got Leeds twice this season. I know we did this to Villa, but that is the only time I can think that we've been on a positive end of a 90-plus minute goal, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating because you look at how many more points we could get. It's so annoying.
Well, let's say we'd have got a point against West Ham and beat Palace and Leeds. Another 7 points, we are right in the thick of the action up there. And what it does for the confidence and stuff.
Stuart Kelsall has been very much of the opinion that we've got a championship defence. Now, I disagree with that, Stuart. It is pressure. The defence, when put under pressure, is heavily exposed. Now, I get where you're coming from.
The defence has been superb this year.
It has been superb. It really has.
I'd say that's the strongest point. That's the strongest part of the team for us. I know you say about leaking goals and stuff, but overall.
But now, I think we may have been. I know we got clean sheets against Watford and Everton, but yeah, I agree. Final revival. Jose Sa was all over the place for second goal, but we need to cut them some slack as well because all the way through, he's been outstanding. He's been absolutely outstanding. He's had a bad game.
If you start turning on people for having mistakes and a bad game or 2 or 3 shockers when over the season they've been fantastic, we don't want to get to that situation. We're not world beaters. We're not.
No.
We shouldn't be anywhere near the top 7, really. So the fact that we are, we're gonna have these issues. So
we're not 10 points better than Villa, are we? We're not 10 points better than Villa.
Well,
I would say. No, we are, but squad and like Leicester, if they win their games in hand, they get, close to us, but they've got to win the games in hand. But I think we're in that mix, aren't we? We're in the Leicester, Villa, Newcastle, I would say now. I think Newcastle are going to do really well next season.
I think so. They're going to strengthen the summer, aren't they?
They really are. They really are. They're going to open the checkbook, and it's going to be it's going to be like what Chelsea were with Abramovich. Definitely, I think. Really? I think now it's a clean. Well, I think it is, mate, because Chelsea weren't anything before Abramovich came. No, really. They were also Rans, weren't they? So Newcastle are in the same boat. It's the money that's going to change that. You could say that about Man City as well. as soon as the checkbook opens, you know. But Ian, I completely agree, mate. Look at the amount of money that Everton Football Club have spent. It is insane. Like that goal against Newcastle, I think has probably kept them up. I think it's probably kept them up. Yeah, I do. That was bigger than the goal that Leeds scored against us, because I think Leeds have probably had enough anyway. But Everton's goal against Newcastle, my God, they had 10 men, didn't they, as well?
Yeah.
You know, the fact they had to beat Newcastle because like their games coming up are so bad.
Do you think Everton are going to stay up, or?
I think they will just
about.
I think that game against Newcastle was absolutely enormous. If they wouldn't have won that game, even a draw, I would have said Burnley will go past them, because I've been there.
I think Burnley will have a late spurt. They always seem to do it, don't they?
I hope they do. I'd prefer Everton to go down than Burnley. And I know, that's just because Everton think, they've got this God-given right to stay in the league.
Absolutely.
They've got this, massive complex about what have they done in the last 20 years?
It's amazing how much money they've spent, and like you say, that sort of crazy. Almost a right that there should be. If it's always sort of start of the season, isn't it? And like Talk Sport and the like, it's always Everton this, Everton that, and always like Leeds, Everton. Yeah. Like, that was another thing that wound me up on Friday. Really, it was probably more so than the result, was the way they carried on in the media about how incredible Leeds are, and this is why we watch Leeds. They're absolutely amazing. And I was thinking, Christ, calm down. Surely you can't say that.
They are not.
And
good.
Carragher as well, who I usually enjoy listening to be honest. But God, I couldn't believe what I was listening to. He might as well have had his Leeds shirt on with his scarf.
I know, but that's what they're like.
It's unreal. I was thinking, man, this is ridiculous.
Oh God!
I think
is that right?
What?
God, I hope not.
What?
We're in deep crap if that's the case.
What's the matter?
Neves on crutches flying out to Portugal. I saw hopefully nothing serious. Well, if it was anything serious, he wouldn't be flying to Portugal with the Portugal squad, or
Yeah, I think sometimes they're on crutches just to completely keep the weight off, aren't they?
Yeah, which is fair enough. Like,
I don't think it was. It didn't look that bad. It did carry on for a little while.
We got 8 games left.
8 or 9, 8.
Yeah, we played 30. We're 8 games left. Let's have a look.
Wicko Wicks. Overriding that, mate. MGW could be the answer. Well,
it was a question mark. It wasn't an exclamation mark.
I'm going to say that is the answer. Yes.
It's not the answer. He's a championship player.
It's not a championship player.
It's levels, mate. Levels.
Getting back amongst it can do a job, definitely.
Kundal's better. Kundal's better. Like,
how do I switch you off? Just going to switch. I'm driving this thing today.
Hey, I tell you what though, Shrewsbury Wolf might be right. That might mean Neves might be staying with us if he's injured through the summer. See?
Yeah.
So he might be the Neto. Game to sign a contract, kick his knee,
Very clever.
Right. Wicko Wicks. Personally for me, that one, mate. Let's get that one up. Personally for me, it's the midfield. We need an attacking midfield to create attacks out of nothing. I kind of think we've got those type of players, though. I think we've got players like Pedence who does that. I think Aitnari does that. I think, like, I've got a question for you. This is a question for you, Mr. Craig Forward.
Go for it.
Who are your picks for fullbacks when they're all fit?
You always give the good ones, don't you?
All right. I think it's absolutely easy.
When everybody's fit. When everybody's fit. Suedo and Aitnari?
No, wrong answer.
Are you joking?
Well, Johnny gets in the team.
Sorry, Johnny. Yeah, God, how could I forget Johnny? Well,
Johnny and Semedo, surely. Johnny and Semedo, surely.
Matt, I like Aitnari.
I do as well. but
big fan.
is
But
he
how
better
did
than
Johnny come?
Semedo?
How was
Johnny's
Johnny come
amazing.
back and played
No,
that well? It's
he looks
ridiculous.
better than what he did when before he got in.
I don't forget. No, but yeah, it's tricky, mate. How are we going to fit everybody in?
Well, we can't, and that's the thing. Like,
it's one of them.
Semedo for me gets in over.
I mean, Johnny is absolutely brilliant. I mean, I found you did know at the weekend and just was like, oh my god, how class is Johnny? But I don't know, with the injuries that he's had, my only worry is it sustainable? Is he going to be able to keep up that kind of level? You know, as soon as he takes a knock next time, is that it?
I know, but we keep saying that, and he keeps
on coming through man of the match
performances.
And
he's got he's got
nearly scored 2.
Yeah, and Giles as well. Yeah, Wicks is right. Yeah, what about Ryan Giles? We are okay for fullbacks. We are okay. What about this? Well, speaking of fullbacks that probably are playing out of position and are probably leaving, Marcel. He's it looks like he's off in the summer to a Brazilian team. I can't remember what the name was, but yeah, I don't know about you, mate, but I'm hardly asked about that.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think anybody's going to be too upset, are they, with that?
Yeah, he's all right, but yeah, he's never
done well. He's done well, but he's never really made it his own, has he? And
no,
had a good run of form and a good run. He's always injured or sharing that position. So probably best out of it, really.
Botafogo.
I feel that's the name of the team, or it's just a wind-up.
Yeah. Yes, I agree, Stuart. Marcel's more of a full-back than a wing-back. Yeah, and that's the issue, I think. Like a defense, if we're playing away against Chelsea or City or Liverpool, then Marcel has a role to play. But I agree. He's not going to be missed. Like, I don't think he's done that much wrong, but he ain't getting in ahead of even Giles next season, I don't think. So he's like probably 4th or 5th in the pecking order. Well, that's it. I think maybe for the injuries, you're right. Vinyl Revival, Semedo and Neves should hopefully be back after the break. That would be so much better. Much better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what to think about that game because it's kind of made me happy in some respects that I can see how good we can be, and that was the first half performance. Yeah. And Trincao was fantastic. I think we can get Trincao playing at that level, then he's got a serious decision to make on who gets into the first 11 because I thought he was wonderful.
Yeah, he's brilliant. I thought it was really exciting. Just making
in the first
chances.
half. In the first half,
he was
yeah, lazy.
It's like it sometimes, especially after some of the comments Bruno had made a few weeks earlier, you're thinking, is it sort of, oh God, he's got to bring him on, or is he going to be ready? Is this going to be the last time we see him? Because if he didn't put a performance in, after the comments the other week, I was thinking, it's because he should, obviously Neves was not expecting to come off. He probably wasn't expecting to get a game. But the fact that he had to come on the way he did, I thought he took his chance really, really well. It's it's great to see. It's really good to see because he's shown glimpses of that, but rarely. And he's had a lot of sticks, but that's more of the sort of player, that I'd be interested to see rather than what we used to have in the likes of Traore. So
it's a good question from Vinyl Revival about the Villa game actually. The formation.
What formation do you play against Villa? They have a strong midfield. What are you saying?
I think, if Neves is fit, then you play Neves, Moutinho, and Donk. Pretty similar to what we did against Leeds, because I feel as though we'll need that extra man in midfield. to overrun because they have got a strong midfield, and that's what they did at Villa Park. I think they overran us quite a lot to go into a 2-goal lead, and only when we tinkered with the formation and we kind of got a lot more of the ball after we scored the first goal. I think I really do think 3-5-2 is actually. It's not a bad shout, actually, Shrewsbury Wolf. Stick Kundal in there instead of Neves if he's injured. Neves is such a massive player for us. But I do think 3 midfield has actually served us well because I know Dendoncker gets a lot of stick, but I actually thought he had a good game against Leeds. I thought he played well. There's no glaring errors there I can see. He kind of does the graft. He does the graft well. But I think that kind of picks itself. I think the back three should be. Saiss shouldn't be in the team, I don't think, for that game. I would go with Bolly, Cody, and Kilman, Johnny, and Aitneri. Or if Semedo's back, I'd go Semedo, Johnny.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's happening with Neto. Does anybody know what's happening with Neto? Because I would like him to have a full 90 minutes before the end of the season. Because for me, Neto, Podence, and Jimenez, with Trincao coming on, or Trincao and Podence and Silva, I'd
definitely give Silva his chance.
I would.
Definitely.
I would. I think he has earned it. I do. Especially, it's not as if Raul is scoring 1 in 3. He's having an off spell, and that's me being kind. So I don't know. I think a 2-man midfield against Villa is dangerous because I think they're actually quite a decent team, Villa.
Oh yeah, definitely. They can definitely punish you if you're not careful. But
yeah,
I don't know. They have been letting goals in as well. So
well, I think it's going to be quite an open game. That's what I mean. I'd like the next 2 games are going to be really hard. If we thought that, we were okay for getting some points in these last 4 games, which got 6 points out of 12, should have been a lot more.
You've just said that you're dropping Aitneri though for the Villa game. I think that's harsh after what he's giving us at the moment. I know he made the mistake on Friday, but what he's given us so far, and the way he gets forward and links up with the midfield and bombs on, I think that's.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be bringing Semedo straight back in.
Would you not? Okay,
No.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, Aitneri and Johnny then. Mate, I'm happy with that. Semedo coming off the bench. But for me, if everybody's fit, Semedo and Johnny get into the team. And I think Aitneri is a brilliant person to come on. But I agree, Semedo, with fitness being an issue. Aitneri pocketed Salah. Yeah, he did. And I agree with that. Shrewsbury Wolf as well. We've got a better starting 11 than Villa, but they have a better overall squad. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Yeah. That's interesting. Vinyl Revival, top 2 of Fabio and Podence. Yeah, it's a bit lightweight, isn't it? That's the only problem with that. And Villa, with Mings and bloody, they're a very physical side. I
don't think Podence is probably the player for that game.
Wang, probably.
Yeah, he gets knocked off the ball way too easily, and if they're going to get tasty and get into him, he's just going to end up very frustrated, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. I for Villa, I'd probably play Wang and Silva and Wang played together. I don't know. I think Wang and Jimenez actually have quite a good understanding. And if we do go with just 2 up front, those would probably be my 2.
I can't see him dropping Jimenez.
I can't see it, actually. Spencer, nice to have you on the old YouTube, mate. Yeah, don't know if it's been discussed, but what's happened to Soyes has been awful since he's come back. He has. He's not been the same player. I wouldn't say he's been awful. I think he's not been great on the ball. Um, he's not been the Soyes that we've come to know and love at the first half of the season.
He got clattered on the head as well, didn't he? Shouldn't he have gone off for that?
Which one?
That one, but he got clattered on the back of the head. That chap elbowed him. I can't remember who it was. Their striker who came on. He like clumbered into him and smashed him in the head. And he kind of like whether he should go off, shouldn't go off. And then he did go off for a minute, and then he came back on, and it was almost like
Shrewsbury Wolves. Unless we ask it to be rescinded, Jimenez is going to be suspended anyway.
Yeah, true. So we're going to change it. Yeah,
kind of. It might work in our favour.
It might do him good to have a couple of weeks off.
I think he needs it, mate. I think he does. I think there's going to be a really hard discussion in the summer about Raul Jimenez. Because
I don't think it'll be this summer.
Do you not think?
No way, mate. He's I know you can't. You can't just judge him purely on what he's done in the past. It's got to be what he's doing now. But he has done too much for the club thus far to be, outed after the season after the injury. To put in 70% of his capabilities, let's say, into the season, performing at not quite his best. I think to then all of a sudden talk a bit about his exit is wrong. Really.
Premature.
Yeah, premature.
Yeah. Well, why don't we? If we're talking about giving people a chance, what about Chiquinho? Like whenever he's come on, he's always been class. He's like, I know he's raw, and like Gomez, he's just signed an extension contract. Gomez is in for the long haul. Why not stick him in there?
Just try it, yeah.
But these
we've got an exciting squad, mate, ready for next year. To be fair, just got to talk about finishing this season as strong as we can.
Yeah. I think Daniel Podence is probably the best finisher we've got. Jimenez.
Shrewsbury Wolf is saying Jimenez is the best finisher we have. He hasn't shown it this season, but he's still the best in my opinion. Yeah.
I don't agree.
I'd have to agree with that. I'd have to agree with that. It's just for what he's not performing. You can blame the injury if you want, or you could blame form, or you don't know. But I think it's premature to start sort of talking about his exit. I think.
No, I'm not talking about his exit. I just, that's interesting.
I can see either Fabio out on loan or the sale of Jimenez in the summer will buy a striker regardless. Guedes linked again.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to sell Jimenez.
I don't think we'll sell Jimenez. There's more likelihood of Fabio going out on loan. I don't think either of those things will happen.
No. I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree. Shrewsbury Wolf, like Podence, up until this season, I'm thinking now. Like the past is the past. Like we're not playing 2 years ago. We're playing now. That's Podence is our best finisher now, in my opinion. Jimenez isn't. That's my point.
Okay.
Well, who is out there? What strikers out there that we could?
Well, I was just trying to think that. I don't think he's going to be sold anyway. And I think with Hwang and Podence and the attacking sort of line that we've got, and Neto, I don't think we're going to be in the market for one at all.
I don't. Origi. He always comes up, doesn't he, Origi?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. It's not going to happen.
It isn't. I don't think it is. Liverpool still owes shitloads of money for Jota. So
yeah, how much they owe?
I don't actually want to do any business with Liverpool. To be honest,
No.
pay up your debt first before we start. It's
Yeah.
it's a tricky
He's a
one,
good
mate.
finisher, to be fair, but I can't see it. That happening. I mean,
No.
how much will he be going for? Is he got a free?
20 million, probably.
Is it?
I'd say 20. I don't think they deserve any more than that. They should give us a discount anyway. The gits. They should pay your debts, and they gave us Hoover as well.
Yeah.
God's sake.
Yeah, he hasn't been mentioned, has he? Apart from, he's
played his last game, mate. God,
Yeah,
we're talking about wing backs and full backs. Like, he's done, mate.
Yeah, when did we ever mention him? Yeah.
I think Bruno's going to be playing like the under 18 wing back before he's going to play Hervo. He's done.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care, really. I think we'll go for Seferovic. He knows the large system well and could be a good partner for Jimenez or replacement. This is bad. This is bad of me. I don't know Seferovic. Who is he? Sorry, Wicco. Could you let me know? Loads of people
you
don't know Seferovic is, you idiot. But no, I don't. Sorry.
I can't believe we're talking about him and his replacement.
No, not replacement. No, I think he needs a proper person to push him. Fabio Silva isn't really at the moment, is he? He's not going to be on his coattails going, "I'm coming for your place." Yeah, I just don't think he is there yet, and I think that's one of the main issues, because Jimenez, for whatever reason, he's cemented in that place at the moment. Yeah, I agree, Stuart. I don't see us spending a fortune either.
No, that's the thing. We're not going to spend any money.
Just not.
We're not,
are we?
No. Why would you?
Thanks, Wicco. Thank you. Benfica striker played under Lage when he was at Benfica. Okay, cool. Thank you. But yeah, any players that have actually played under Lage has got to be in with a shout. I think because you get those deals, don't you? You get them deals done, and you get them at a reasonable price usually. But looking at the fixtures that we've got left, I think it's going to be a roller coaster, and it's going to be. It'll go down to the wire for 7th place, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
2 goals. Fair play. Okay. Yeah. I know it's the Portuguese league, but for Benfica, you can score 8 in one game, can't you? But yeah, fair play. If he knows where the back of the net is. Oh.
Go on, while you make these strange choices. Yeah.
We're rumored to have been offered Huij. No, surely not. No, that ain't happening.
You're not having that.
No, I'm not. I know that'd be a really good signing. I think we'd have to pay some to sign him if it's a swap deal with Traore.
How's Traore getting on? Is he still world beater class? Brilliant.
I don't care.
Thank you.
I hope he's doing really well. I really do. Well, they just spanked Real Madrid 4-0, so he can't be doing that bad. Shrewsbury Wolf, what? I can't. If you'd said this last week, then fine. I was hoping up for Barcelona. Trinquet was probably our best player against Leeds, and he scored, and he's hit the inside of the post, and he assisted Johnny. This is no, shush.
You know what you're saying, don't you?
What?
You know what you're saying. You know what you're saying.
I know what I'm saying.
People should listen.
Well, Barca can't afford Traore, so we could use it to our advantage. Yeah, true. True. Spotify new camp. Oh God, yeah. They're getting sold.
Oh, is that what's happening?
It's like a sponsorship deal with Spotify. Oh my god!
That's not good.
Imagine if how would you? All right, guys, how would you feel? Right, you're being given. It's hypothetical. £300 million for players and it's all on players. It's all on players. But Molineux gets changed to I don't know. What's the word? The pound shop.
Netflix
Yeah,
Arena.
Netflix Lane or something. Like, how would you feel about that? Okay.
Well,
okay.
I think I think a lot of the fans would be happy with that if it meant 4 or 5 marquee signings.
Yeah. Do you think?
I'm not one of them.
How would you guys feel? Okay, so Netflix come in.
Yeah, let's
I fancy a bit of Wolves. I fancy a bit of
Netflix
Wolves.
Arena.
£300 million to change the fortunes. Poundland Arena. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
How would you feel about the Netflix Arena for £300 million and players?
I didn't care less. All the fans could still call it Molineux.
But it wouldn't be Molineux, would it?
But it would to us. So it's okay.
Yeah, it would to us.
It would to us, and you're getting £300 million out of the deal. It's like, I think it's a no-brainer, really. I'm all for history.
I don't know. I think it'd be around 50-50 though if you put that to a poll.
50-50. Would you reckon it would be?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we'll do it later.
Tell me, come on, tell us. Like, all right, Shrewsbury Wolf would rather go down. Rather go down. No, I don't agree. Like, selling your soul to the devil. But if you've got to keep on, trying to get to these benchmarks, and if that's a way to
team would be loving that, wouldn't they? Be loving that.
Huh?
The media team would be loving that deal. The amount of Chinese market and EA Sports.
It's called the Wandering Wolf Arena. Yeah, but money doesn't always give you results. Yeah, but it helps. It definitely helps. Like, if you've
look at every January or summer window, the fans get absolutely mental that we haven't signed anyone or we haven't signed Sanchez, and oh my god, it's the last day of the window. What's going on?
Yeah,
you'd stop all that.
Of course, it would.
If you just got the money on tap, but it had to be renamed something daft. I don't know. It's it's going to be 50-50. That is.
Let's take all the, the heart over head thing here. Like, if you wanted more money, couldn't you? And bring it out. Oh my god, good one, good one. Yeah, we could.
If we want more money, couldn't you and Mark bring out an album on the Wolves
$300 million
label
in the bank?
I don't think they could afford us, to be quite honest, mate.
No, we won't sell. Yeah, we definitely would. Stuart Kelsall, money for any business is a must. Wolves are a business, and that's what us fans need to get our head around. Like, we can give it all, no, definitely. yeah, you could call it the Chateau Chef for all I care. If the club gets a cash injection. I completely agree. Oh, pump that money into our veins. Get us, you get players like Neymar coming over and Mbappe and all that. Just look at I agree to a certain point, like PSG, all the money that they've got, and they still won't win the Champions League ever in our lifetime because they bottle it. But it really helps you go to the next level, doesn't it? And I know, we say this and then we look at Everton and how much their money they've spent, and they're still crap. But
it doesn't buy you the league unless you get it right.
Yeah, I agree with that. But if you've got all of that money, at least it's consistent. Knocking on Europe's door.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, if it guaranteed, say, Champions League or even a title, couldn't.
Yeah.
Title. Be too far out of the question.
I completely agree.
So, it is a business at the end of the day.
Yeah. What's Leicester City's ground called?
King Power.
The King Power Stadium. It used to be Filbert Street.
Yeah, true.
Emirates Stadium.
Worked for them.
Emirates Stadium, Arsenal. used to be called Highbury. Who gives a crap? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
true.
You know what I mean? It's kind of everybody knows what the real stadium is. If something happened and we had to get some money from somewhere, and that was the only way to do it, why not? Like, wouldn't bother me in the slightest. But you know, it's hypothetical, but
I don't think it's too far away. But
no, I don't think it is. Yeah. The only way PSG might have a chance to win the Champions League will be if they were the only team in it, and I still think they might lose in the semi-final. I completely agree.
So
they are cack. And they were saying like Pochettino is going to go to Man United. That makes sense, actually.
My God. Yeah,
it makes sense.
They can definitely go down next year.
I love the fact that he's like this saviour, and he didn't win the French league with PSG.
Yeah,
that's like
unreal.
That's just crazy. That's like Man City not winning the Scottish Premier League. It's like they've got so much more money than anyone. Yeah.
Here you go. Some fans criticise Fosun, but they've made us sustainable. They've got us through a pandemic. They've already said they would welcome further investment.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're obviously big cheers for Fosun. So,
you
know, it is what it is. They're doing a stellar job. So absolutely no problems there for us.
I don't think there is. I don't think there is any problems. I think, you know, obviously we do need more investment. Every club needs further investment, probably other than Newcastle and Man City. You know, everybody needs more investment. It's a football game. Like, we just eat into money. But I think we're in a great place. Like, we are definitely a top 10 Premier League side in, you know, wages spent. I think we're 9th in the Premier League, and we're 8th in the league. So we're about where we should be. I do actually really think that Villa and Newcastle are going to be the defining games of our season. I really do. Are we going to be a team that's going to be in the top 10 and we're happy with that? Or are we going to be knocking on Europe's door? And I think these two games, because Newcastle are a lot better now than what they were when we watched them at Molineux. And I think Villa are as well.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting week.
I think we're going to finish 8th, mate. I actually think we are.
What are your score predictions for the two games?
Oh God, I think there's going to be 2 draws, and I know that's like really. Yeah. I think they are. I think we're going to draw with Villa and we're going to draw with Newcastle. But that's okay.
Fair enough. I think we'll beat Villa and lose to Newcastle.
So we're actually in a better place with you. Yes. Here, one more point. Okay, but let's have last couple. Let's go with Adam Wiggin. Do you guys think that if Spice goes on a free, we'll sign a replacement, or Totti and Mascara come in? Yeah, we don't need I don't think we need a replacement centre back. No. I think Gomez signing that contract extension has kind of put pay to that. I think Gomez and Mascara are in for the long haul. I think those two are going to be integral to the way Lage plays. I think they'll be very, very important to us going forward. And then you pick one, matey.
Shrewsbury Wolf, do you genuinely think we will get Europe next season? For me, 8th is nailed on.
Next season? It depends what we do in the summer.
Unless it means getting to
sorry,
Europe.
No, okay, so yeah. Sorry, if we get
No, I think we can. I think we definitely can.
We can. I don't think we. No.
No, I think we will. I think we will.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see, won't we?
Right, mate. I really don't mind like a bit of, was it the Europe Conference League or something? Europa Conference? Yeah, I agree. 8th is a quality finish for us this season. I completely agree. I think it's amazing. Right. Oh, mate, Dutchy TV's trying to get in on the joke action. Let's start with that one and finish with Ian. We always finish with Ian. We have to. If the answer is cockwomble, what's the question?
If the answer is cock-robbing, not cockwomble.
Oh, yeah. It's the way you tell him. Oh, God. Oh, I've ruined it. Sorry.
Not a comedian.
No, not a good one. You're definitely reading the next one. Cockwomble.
If the answer is cock-robbing, what's the question? What's it something else, Batman? Like it.
Oh, no,
I'm going to steal that one.
Can you not take the cockwomble one?
Right, you go. You want me to go for this one? Go for this one.
Go on, the Ian one.
I just had a man ring my doorbell and I answered it. Hello, can I come in and talk about cleaning carpets? I thought that's all I need, a Jehovah's Witness. Excellent.
Guys, thank you so much. I tell you what, it's like we didn't lose. It's like we cockwomble. Well, maybe it works if you ask Uncle Bulgaria for the Wombles.
It's like Ron Burgundy, guys. He'll read anything.
I know, yeah. I only read what's on the screen. Next up, Viola. Guys, absolutely loved it this week, as always. We've got a little bit of a break now, obviously, because of the friendlies. But hey ho, Conor Cody doing us proud. I don't know what Jose Sarr has got to do to get into the Portugal squad. I don't know what he's done. Has he slept with the manager's wife or something? What's going on? You bunch of cockwombles, have a great week. We will, mate, I promise. Yeah, always lovely to speak to you, Craig. And thank you guys for getting in touch. We really, really appreciate it. If you like this, then obviously give us a subscribe and follow us on all social media. But yeah, we'll see you very, very soon for what we hope is us in Wolves shirts and a win over Villa.
Yeah, right, and before we go, mate, obviously what I thought was if we can get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube for the next show, which obviously there's the international break first. Yeah. Is it? Or is it next Monday we'll be doing one, is it? Or is it the week after? Well, whenever the next one is, because we're so close now, we'll be giving one viewer to that show a Wolf shirt. Nice. One of the Wolf shirts from this season, their choice, yeah? Okay. Do that. So everybody's watching, go and tell a friend, tell everyone at work, go subscribe, because when we hit 1,000, one of you people, regulars, will be picked and you can choose. So, absolutely. And we'll do something like that, for the I think that's a great idea. Let's try and get there for the next show. Basically, we just really want to get to 1,000 subscribers because we're so close, and it's been bloody ages. But yeah, thank you guys for all your support because it really does mean a lot. So we'll see you either next week or the week after. But yeah, have a great week, everybody, and nice to see you, mate. And we've been Wandering Wolf. See you later.